Well, the first day of school is all just around the corner, and that means a return to the morning routine, and that means a bedtime routine. So we might have to get back on track. It's been a little loose over the summer, at least in my house.
Absolutely. Getting a good night's sleep is so important. Dara Kapoor from Health Magazine has some great tips for easing students and their parents back into bed and back into the classroom.
It's easy to let your sleep habits shift over the summer, especially this summer when a lot of routines aren't what they used to be. The tricky part always comes when it's time to shift back into a busier or a different fall schedule, when our days are usually packed with more obligations like school and homework. And for some people, they may be returning to the office again. So establishing an earlier bedtime is imperative for both parents and kids. It's best to start changing your sleep routine gradually before school begins, because the earlier you start the process, the easier the transition will be on everyone. There are 5 things to consider when making the transition. The first thing you want to think about doing is setting up a consistent wake-up time. You may think that setting a consistent bedtime should be the first step, but it's actually all about your morning routine. If you wake up at the same time every day, yes, even Saturday and Sunday, you'll see a domino effect start to happen that will lead you to your perfect bedtime. So try to get everyone out of bed a little bit earlier every day as the summer winds down. In general, trying to catch up on sleep over the weekend is actually counterproductive. Although you may be able to catch up on sleep and feel better on those days, your concentration, mood, and effectiveness during the week is still compromised when you're sleep deprived the rest of the week. Another thing to consider is making sure everyone gets sunlight and exercise. Exercise and exposure to natural sunlight are key to maintaining everyone's sanity and regulating your circadian rhythm. Prioritize spending at least 30 minutes outside, weather permitting, and getting 20 to 30 minutes of cardio every day, as long as it's not too close to bedtime. Another thing to consider is establish and stick to a pre-bedtime routine. Think of your bedtime routine like a flight. When your flight has a 10 p.m. departure, you don't get to the airport at 10. You're there at 9 or 9:30. So prepare for sleep ahead of time with the routine that works for you as you wind down, giving yourself a buffer zone of about 30 to 45 minutes. This will help your mind and body take the cue that you're transitioning to bedtime. This allows you to welcome sleep rather than force it. Another thing to consider, limit screen time at night. You want to avoid blue light, which can impact sleep even more strongly in teens, and tricks your brain into thinking it's time to wake up. Since online learning might already require extended periods in front of a screen throughout the day, a device-free routine before bed is even more important. The last thing to consider is avoiding revenge bedtime procrastination. This is the refusal to shut your eyes when you know you should because you want to squeeze in a little extra me time at night. And it's an actual psychological phenomenon. As tempting as some extra alone time is, consider how lack of sleep affects your working memory. It's also been shown to negatively affect alertness, reasoning, and reaction times. Sleep deprivation is also closely linked to mental health issues like anxiety and depression, both of which are already on the rise because of the pandemic. The bottom line is a regular bedtime routine and consistent wake-up time are key to establishing a healthy sleep schedule. And the earlier you start getting into a routine, the easier the back to school and/or office will be. When we're well rested, we are more focused, productive, motivated, energized, healthy, and happy.
Isn't that the truth? All right, some great advice, and the key is to start the transition early. Don't wait until the last minute.
And for more advice on keeping your family healthy and safe, check out health.com. Health Magazine is published by the parent company of this station, the Meredith Corporation.
All right, coming up, Debbie Wright, she's in the house. She's here in our studio. She's got advice on how to refresh your wardrobe for fall. I can't believe we're talking fall.
And a lot of people might be actually working in front of people again. So, plus, how about taking years off your face with some custom treatments? We're telling you about some of the latest technology. Better is back in just 2 minutes.